Hello, my name is Carlos, and today I'm going to talk about a very important topic. But first, I'd like to ask you to look at what I'm wearing. Anything strike you? Well, this used to be my old school uniform. I'd wear it 5 days a week, every day, every single week, for a good 2 years in my old high school. Now this is actually what I'm going to talk about today, school uniforms. A lot of people don't like school uniforms. They think they're boring or uncomfortable, or they're really dull and they get in the way. But I'm here to say that uniforms make a difference, that improve school and have an impact on society of the school. Although many people are against the thought of wearing dull and drab uniforms, the positive consequences are many. I think every school in the nation should have uniforms over just a simple dress code, because they've been statistically shown to improve attendance, control behavioral problems, and aid in allowing students to be better fit in with all their peers and end certain types of bullying. Now I mentioned that it was statistically proven that uniforms do help. Well, Marian Wild, in her article, Do Uniforms Make Schools Better, on greatkids.com, mentions a study at Youngstown State University by Assistant Professor Virginia Draw. Virginia Draw reviewed, I quote, attendance, graduation and proficiency pass rates at 64 public high schools in Ohio. Her final analysis surprised her. She said that, I really went into thinking uniforms don't make a difference, but I came away seeing that they do, at least at these schools they do. I was absolutely floored. Now, Grace Chan, in an article, Public School Uniforms, the Pros and Cons for Your Child, on Public School Review, says that at Rufter Middle School in Norfolk, Virginia, the number of discipline referrals decreased by 42% once uniforms were enforced. Grace Chen goes on to say that uniforms reduce tardiness, skipped classes, suspensions, and referrals among students. Later on in the article, she quotes Dr. Alan Hilfer, a senior child and adolescent psychologist. She stated that uniforms do eliminate competition, pressure, and assaults perpetuated by older kids. They also allow some kids to focus better, especially in the lower grades. And those are actual studies done by professors at colleges, people who know what they're talking about. Now, I also said that uniforms help reduce violence. In 1994, in the Long Beach, California school district, they had a major violence problem. And they integrated uniforms as an option to try and fix their problem. Well, Grace Chan, in her article, she said that, I quote, within 1 year after the implementation of the uniforms, the fights and muggings at schools reduced by 50%, while sexual offenses were reduced by 74%. That's a big difference for a school district that had such a major problem that they were trying uniforms to fix it. Another problem that Grace Chen points out is that uniforms fix the problem of outsiders coming to your school. Since all the students are wearing the same thing, when an outsider comes into your campus, they're easily identifiable, and they won't pose as big of a threat since they can't conceal themselves. Now, I also mentioned that uniforms can help stop bullying and harassment. Chloe Spencer, in her article titled, What's the Point of School Uniforms?, in The Guardian, she states that roughly 160,000 students miss school every day because they're worried about bullying based on their appearance and the clothes they're wearing. Now, in public schools with dress code, people just wear the clothes that they have. Richer people wear things that are nicer, and people living in poverty or close to the poverty line, they have cheaper clothing, and it really shows. And bullying, a large part of bullying is based on the appearance of other people, and people really target that. Now, Spencer goes on to say that with uniforms, potential bullies have one less target for their insults. It's hard. She says that it's hard to make fun of what someone is wearing when they're wearing the exact same thing, which makes sense. She also quotes a Year 8 student named Mary Valance, who said that, I like uniforms because everyone is the same and no one's left behind. Now, uniforms have had a lot of controversy, seeing as how they used to be a private school thing back in the 1980s. But public schools nowadays, they continue to advocate for uniforms instead of just merely dress codes. And with all the studies and all the positive benefits that have come out, I really recommend that uniforms be implemented in every school because they've shown to reduce violence and gang fights, help people become more comfortable and focused, and to stop bullying based on the clothes that people are wearing. Now, I ask you all to petition your superintendents or the equivalent in your school district to try and get uniforms into your public schools. And I really hope that this makes a difference. Thank you.